Good day, and thank you for joining us. Today we spotlight a revealing moment in city governance, a moment that lasted just 171 seconds. From time stop 107:22 to 110:03 of the Janesville City Council meeting, residents were updated on the Woodman Sports and Convention Center. The key takeaways: the $46.76 million project is on schedule. Ribbon cutting September 19th. Community open house September 20th. Janesville Jets home opener that night at Mercy Arena. The city will pursue more borrowing on August 11th, and 22 events are in final negotiation. Now that sounds promising, but what wasn't said spoke louder. No mention of what the 22 events are. No clarity on who's invited and when. No explanation of how residents who helped fund this center will be included. Much was said, little was shared. This is a project of real consequence, one that stirred debate and requires trust. Whether it becomes a community jewel or financial burden depends upon how it's managed. And that means one thing: transparency cannot be delivered in 3-minute fragments. Residents deserve a clear view of their investment, honest communication, and a chance to share in its success. But the evening didn't end there. Later, the City Council considered creating a citizen advisory committee for the JATVMedia redevelopment site. What followed revealed more than expected. Councilmember Williams opposed public involvement outright. Councilmember Squires said citizen voices might conflict with expert advice. Councilmember Nino objected to a procedural motion despite it following the rules. Councilmember Cass offered friendly amendments which don't officially exist in council protocol. And the council president struggled to guide the discussion. Earlier that evening, residents had spoken in support. Still, the motion failed and the public was once again left out. If this were a scoreboard, public participation 0, council resistance 3. And that's not just a process problem, it's a barrier to progress. For weeks, we've called on the City Council to lead differently. We've proposed a Citizens Advisory Committee, a Public Access Media Task Force, a Housing Policy Task Force, and direct resident input on major projects like JATVMedia. Each idea was met with one word: resistance. So we ask again, what is so radical about inviting the public to participate? Deliberative democracy, bringing people together to solve problems, isn't fringe. It's foundational. It builds trust in leaders, trust between neighbors. In a city that listens, learns, also grows together. In today's divided climate, this isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. We believe there's a way forward. It starts with a public participation plan. What should that include? Well, advisory committees and task forces in major policy areas, timelines and goals for public input, communication tools that reach everyone, transparency in budgets and milestones and outcomes, and a process that adapts with community feedback. A city doesn't become more democratic by accident. It happens through structure, intention, leadership. The council still has time, but the window's closing. If not now, when? If not you, who? Now let's turn to one promising development. The Community Development Authority recently shared an update. Through the Rock County Home Consortium, Janesville has received a one-time $2.4 million allocation in HUD Home ARPA funds. These dollars are for those experiencing homelessness, at risk of losing housing, or survivors of domestic violence. ECHO has applied for $1.3 million to acquire and renovate the Jeffries Flats transitional housing project at 318 and 320 Dodge Streets. It includes 11 total units, 7 two-bedroom and 4 three-bedroom units, serving vulnerable families in need of stability. It's been operated by the YWCA of Rock County, and if approved by the CDA, this transfer will have to go to the City Council for their consideration. Now, this is more than property rehab. It's a step towards resilience, a reflection of a strategic partnership, a call for coordinated housing policy in Janesville. To meet housing challenges, we need nonprofits, we need governments, and we need providers and planners working together. Because as housing needs become more complex, so must our solutions. It's going to take collaboration, resource sharing, and long-term vision. That's the promise of civic engagement, and that's the real opportunity in front of us. Let's choose inclusion. Let's choose transparency. Let's build a city worthy of every voice. This week, at a quiet moment between fiscal resolutions and parking amendments, the Milton City Council closed a chapter more than a century in the making. After 125 years of neighborly grit, volunteer resolve, and evolving service, the city and town of Milton formally transitioned fire protection responsibilities to the Lakeside Fire Protection District. The former City of Milton, Town of Milton Fire Department is no more. Established in 1899, Milton's fire service began as a community calling. Milton Junction followed in 1909, each town proud, each brigade distinct. It wasn't until 1967 that those traditions merged. Two histories, one united department. Back then, firefighters pulled horse carts down dusty roads, racing toward blazes that threatened the heart of downtown. A chemical engine arrived on the scene in 1914, a Model A motorized truck in 1931, each upgrade a testament to the community's resilience and commitment to service. By the 1950s, staffing evolved, and by the 60s, Milton proudly achieved 24-hour fire coverage. But the department was more than an emergency response team. It was bingo nights, school programs, parades, and pig roasts. It was fellowship, it was pride, it was purpose, it was Milton. As call volumes rose and equipment costs grew, Milton grew a pivotal, they'd made a pivotal move, joining the Edgerton Fire Protection District in February of 2023. Today, the station at 614 West Madison Avenue still stands, and while the name may be new, the spirit of service echoes in every siren. From bucket brigades to regional duty, Milton's fire story is one of tradition, evolving through necessity. And its flames continue to burn, not in name alone, but in the heart of a town that it has protected for generations. Now to Rock County, where two developments shaping care deserve your attention. Once again, the county board is reviewing the future of Rock Haven, our publicly operated long-term care facility. This marks the second time of such a review in a generation. The current Rock Haven, located on North County Highway N, was established following the relocation and demolition of the former site. Next door stands the 5-story healthcare center, once a psychiatric hospital, then a skilled nursing site, and more recently an administrative hub. It now sits unused. In October 2024, a consultant from Health Dimensions Group presented key findings. Overtime costs were above benchmarks. There's one wing sitting vacant due to staffing challenges. These findings prompted serious questions about the future role and sustainability of county-operated care. Several paths remain open: maintain the current model, downsize in response to population and budget shifts, as other counties have, or explore privatization, the route Sauk County is currently considering. We've been here before. A Blue Ribbon Task Force in the early 2000s recommended reducing Rock Haven's capacity from 386 beds to its current 125. Now, as this study continues, so too do discussions about the healthcare center. Earlier this year, the county considered selling the facility. More recently, conversations suggest possible demolition. Whatever path is chosen, planning must be purposeful, communication must be clear, and engagement must be broad. Some of Rock County's most impactful decisions have come through citizen task force and volunteer committees. That tradition should guide us now, because the choices made will shape both elder care and our ethical responsibility as a community. Change is inevitable, But shaping that change, it's up to all of us. Stay involved, stay informed, stay at the table. And now a Civic Spotlight. We're proud to feature Newsmakers, a dynamic public affairs series capturing the stories of local changemakers. From nonprofit leaders and artists to elected officials and student athletes, each episode is a celebration of perseverance, creativity, and civic pride. Tune in Fridays at 9:30 a.m. on JATV Channel 994. Fridays at 9:15 a.m. on WCLO's Your Talk Show with Tim Bremmel, or stream anytime on YouTube. Just search Rock County Civics Academy. Feeling inspired? Well, visit Havana Coffee at 1250 Milton Avenue, a true Janesville gem where community conversation brews alongside a great cup of espresso. Every step forward in this community begins with someone choosing to ask. So ask yourself, if not me, who? If not now, when? Ways to lead? Well, you can volunteer with a civic group, apply to serve on a board or a commission, run for office, be the change maker you dream to be. Hypothetically speaking, what if transparency were the norm? What if civic engagement became Rock County's defining strength? That's our mission, and with your voice added, it's closer than ever. Stay engaged. Visit rockcountycivicsacademy.org, follow us on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, join the Substack newsletter. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and stay connected. It is your community.